the coming weeks, we will be exploring the theme of prayer in the Gospel of Luke. Luke is sometimes called the prayer gospel. The gospel begins with the people praying outside the temple and ends with the disciples back in the temple, continually blessing God. In addition, Luke depicts Jesus at prayer far more often than any other gospel. Jesus is praying when the Spirit descends on him at his baptism. He is then led by the Spirit into the wilderness, where his time of fasting and prayer becomes a time of struggle with the devil. Once his ministry begins, we see Jesus again and again seek out secluded places to pray. This week we visit one of those places, the mountains in the region of the Galilee. The first time we see Jesus in a place like this is in chapter 4 of Luke's Gospel. He retreats here after a long day of healing. Then again in chapter 5, he finds a secluded place when the crowd presses in on him to hear him and to be cured of their diseases. We see Jesus on the mountain praying all night before he calls his 12 disciples. Later on, Jesus prays before a difficult conversation with the disciples. And then after that conversation, he invites 3 of his disciples to join him in prayer on the mount that becomes known as the Mount of the Transfiguration. Why does Luke go to such great pains to show us Jesus at prayer? Does Jesus really need to pray? He is God, after all. Of course, he is human too and has needs and struggles like we do. But perhaps prayer is more than just asking for help or even expressing thanks. I invite you to join us as we explore Jesus at prayer and consider what it might mean for him and for us. Don't forget, this week we return to worship at 11 a.m. with scripture study preceding at 9:45. I look forward to being with you soon.